Why, hello folks, welcome to another round of Modern. We have Nick Booten on a Grixis Death Shadow versus Chris Charity on Amulet Titan. I know we've put a lot of Titan on the last couple weeks, but this is really the only match that I could put on camera out of the people who didn't split and weren't repeat of the week. So, yeah. Chris playing Forest, plays it on Boreal Grazer. Boreal Grazer is going to put Valk of the Boat Pinnacle into play. Nick is going to shock in a Water Grave and cast Dotsies, taking the only non-land card from Chris's hand, which I didn't get to see. He moved it so quickly. Chris, I believe, was on a mulligan here. Draws or plays a Besiegers land for turn. Has 3 mana. Can't do anything with it though. Let's see if he went Forest, Grazer, Valakut. He's a mull to 5. Not where you want to be. Not a great spot to be in. We've all mulled to 5.
Do you like that shadow on camera because you get to press the button a lot?
Never feels good. He's going to fetch and shock here. Goes down to 13 life. Playing out a Croak. So Chris is going to discard a card. Discards a land, so he's going to take 3 damage here. Attacks with the Arbor Grazer, sends the message. Now the question is, does he get punished for it?
Well,
Does Nick have the Ragavan? There's 2 mana. He dashes out a Ragavan. Ragavan does in fact get to connect. Good lord. Chris is going to go to 18, exiling a Dryad of the Leasing Grove to the Ragavan effect. Unfortunately, unable to cast it for Nick. Going to make a treasure token and pass the turn. Picks up the Pistaju. Leaves the Grazer up this time.
that was a big punt though. I didn't think about it. Okay, alright. Okay, yeah, we're cool. Iteration? Sure.
There's an expressive iteration. Probably the best card in Modern right now. It's that or Ren in 6, man.
Exile and play.
There's so many good cards in the format currently, but I think one of those two has to be the best right now. Iteration seeing 3 cards and effectively drawing you 2 of them without even having the word draw on it, so it gets around cards like Narset. It's so good. And Ren just lets you play the game without needing to find the things that you need to play the game with. Just buying a fetch back every turn is so good.
Yep. Okay. Types: creature, sorcery, land.
Because a Dragon's Rage Chandler.
And then that. Sorry, what is like total you at?
I'm at 20. No, 18.
Yeah.
18 to 10. 18 to 10. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Alright. Cool. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Chris is not in the greatest spot here. He has 6, 3, 4, 5, 5 mana.
Attack you.
13. Trigger. Would you like to cast my next mission?
Alright, tax him for 5. I imagine they're still here. Yep, going to 13. Reveals Expedition map. Chooses to not play the map.
Cavern Giant.
Going to play Cavern of Souls, named Giant, tap 6 here.
Primeval type.
Alright, so Primeval Titan enters the battlefield. We're going to have a trigger.
Okay. Resolves.
ATP trigger? Okay. Now, I'm going to look back on this and try to figure out whether this was wrong later. But I want to do it, so I'm doing it. I got Saga Soccer.
Okay.
And I'll pass it.
On your turn, I'm gonna hit the Titan with a Surveil trigger.
Okay.
So he goes to go get 2 Urza Sagas off the Titan, which I think is wrong. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to... He can get 1 if he wants to, but he's definitely supposed to go get a Bajuka Bog. to exile the yard, because it takes away the Delirium from the Dragon's Ray Channeler. He still loses the Titan, because he just gets unholy heated in response to the trigger, but like, Croaks is out of the yard, and it's just gonna do more in the long run than these sagas will, or in the short run. I don't know.
I don't think you do.
This, okay.
I don't think Chris lives long enough to see
So I gotta figure out what I'm
the saga constructs matter.
Well, I'll be discarding a land.
Okay.
I guess I'm supposed to let you figure that out first, but oh well. I'll go to 5.
I mean, one thing you could do is get like Bajuka Bog and then Teleria West and just hope to draw a bounce land. It's not a great spot to be in, but it might just be better in general. So here comes the Croxa. Yeah, because it just removes so much more damage. Tap draw.
Triggers.
Goes to 2.
Go.
Passes the turn.
Yeah. Attack you.
And even with the blockers, he's just dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'll go to 2 from the Croxa trigger, makes 2 blockers,
Well,
can
no,
only
you
block
don't.
2 of the
No,
3
I can only make
things,
2.
and then just
I was gonna say
dies. Alright, so Nick is going to take game 1 with Grixis Shadow over Grixis Amulet Titan. We'll be right back with game 2. And like, now.
I'll put this in.
Alright, Chris is going to lead on a Turn Timber Symbiosis that he is bolting himself with to play an Amulet of Vigor.
Shotgun Watergrave down to 18.
Alright, Watergrave Shotgun down to 18, plays a Mishra's Bauble.
Okay.
Bauble somebody.
Hello.
The decks are off camera, so we can't see who's getting looked at.
And,
It's going to Thoughtseize Chris. So we have Titan, Grazer, Simic Grove Chamber, Azusa, and Castle Garenberg. Titan more than likely is the one getting taken here. Because you can just like give him all the ramp in the world, which is fine, right? But it doesn't do much in the long run if you have no payoff for it. So you take Titan. Chris's next turn should be Simic Grove Chamber, pick up Simic Grove Chamber, play Azusa, play Garenberg Pass.
Play Growth Chamber. Trigger. I'll flip the green bouncer. Cast an Azusa.
Alright, so it plays the Azusa out. Yeah, so you play Garenberg here, and you probably don't play the other bounce land. Though you could, if you do, you just pick up the Garenberg. You leave the Turn Timber Symbiosis as a land, that way it can't be interacted with. Because if Chris just picked up the Turn Timber and Nick has another Thoughtseize, which he probably does because it's Grixis and he kept it 7, you just lose one of your other theoretical Titans.
What's you? Oh, darn.
Yep, so Turn Timber gets taken. We have Grove Chamber and Grazer.
I am going to fetch shock down to 11. What are we going to do? Bluff Crypt. I'll shuffle here in a sec, but I'm going to bolt the Zusa. After that, you're good to go.
All packed.
Alright, so the Azusa gets answered as well.
Alright.
Packs for Primeval Titan here.
I'll play Growth Chamber.
Play Grove Chamber.
2. Response to the bounce trigger.
Make
I'll
6 mana
flip 4 and activate.
using the Garenberg activation. Pick up the Garenberg.
I'll cast it.
Resolves.
I think I pick up the Grove Chamber,
I should point to the right one, probably.
but it's okay. Boris Garrison Slayer Stronghold. Give the Titan haste.
I'll give it haste. I'll
Yep.
bounce the strong.
Attack in for 8.
I'll go get. And then I'll
Trigger. You probably just get T West and.
Switch to 3, right? Is that my math right?
Yeah, that's what I got, yeah.
Growth Chamber and T West.
So you get T West and a Growth Chamber.
I'll leave this untapped. I'll T West. And then you'll go to 3.
Yep.
There's definitely a playline I saw while watching this live that I was like, oh, this is better than what he does, and I don't remember exactly what it is. So pay for Pact. What did he pick up? Picked up the Slayer Stronghold and the Teleria West. Alright, well, Nick is at 3. All Chris really needs to do is transmute for Ryad and or Valakut.
Dish out?
Yeah.
Dish out.
Okay. Pass. They're both 10 cents. That's quite large. Okay. Pay for Pact?
Yep.
Trust it.
Alright. Pays for the pack so he doesn't lose the game. Weirdly, I think there might be an argument to leave the Teleria West last turn and pick up the Growth Chamber instead. Because then you have a bounce land, if he doesn't have one already. Because then you have a bounce land, and then you can tap the Teleria West for mana, play the Growth Chamber, make blue-green, then pick up the Teleria West,
And then I'll put
and transmute it then.
and I'll play this.
You don't really get anything out of it, but
I'll pass.
you get the transmute. For the Pact, hold the Pact. But which granted could just get interacted with Thoughtseize, but or could just get Thoughtseized, but it's a line that you can do. Right, Nick plays a mountain as a land of return.
Iteration.
Yeah.
Expressive iteration.
Bottom.
Going to. Is that another Death Shadow? Did he just reveal another Death Shadow? Jesus Christ.
Bottom, and I'm going to exile.
Okay, reveal the channeling.
Dragon's Rage Channeler? Sure.
9 power for 1 mana. 10 power. He's at 3. They're 13. 13. It's not 12. 12.
Heat the Phantom.
Alright, Unholy Heat's the
And go to
Titan.
Yep.
Tax in for 18. It's going to block. Take. Or tax in for 20. I keep thinking of the 12. 12. The 13. 13.
Dryad?
Alright, there's Dryad.
Yep.
Transmute?
Transmute. Get Valakut.
You'll get Valakut. Play it, deal 3 to your face.
Play Valakut, shoot Nick for 3. And Chris is going to take game 2, and we'll be right back with game 3 in just a couple seconds.
I'll pass.
Look at that, we're back at game 3. Nick leads on a Watery Grave.
Covering on Dryad. Amulet, good.
He's going to go Cavern into Amulet. Nick's going to play Grixis. Interestingly playing Fiery Islet. That's not a thing I see too often in Grixis. Or in Shadow at the shop. It's more just a Murktide card. I don't dislike it though. I mean, it's just constantly something that you can ping yourself down with. Eventually you can turn it into a drawing, or a card draw. I imagine it's probably just a one-up at Nick's deck. It could also just be something like he doesn't have one of the shocks. That he might not just have an extra Steam Vents or something, so he's just playing that in the meantime.
I got a Cynic Growth Chamber. No, Sega.
I think Chris just played a bounce land, cracked the map. I'm confused. You don't typically want to end your turn 2 with only one land in play.
Pay 1 life. Okay,
As a call gets command, it's going to shatter the amulet. It's going to make Chris discard a card.
Discard. This is Seiju.
Okay. Good to go.
Amulet.
As an Amulet of Vigor.
Turn break, untap. Go.
Let's cast Grabrig, untaps it.
The card? Yeah.
I'll pass.
You just feel different. What's your hand?
Caverns on Dryad. Shoot.
I mean, if you wanted to like do the map play, you could always just like
Would 2 bounce it.
picked up the cavern instead and left the bounce land untapped, and then you just like sack the map into response at the end of next turn.
Dress down.
Alright, here comes Dryad. There's a dress down at response. This won't take away the type changing effect of Dryad, but it will take away the extra land, which I think comes up in a couple seconds actually.
Garrison. Put Cavern Light. Oh,
I was pretty sure I immediately catch it. Yep.
I got confused because the second ability does go under dress down, but the first ability does not.
So the second
That's why I
thing
got
is a
confused.
layering ability, type changing thing.
Dress down, baby. Hate that card. Such a fun card to play with, but also
Okay, so then
it's a nightmare. Alright, dress down sacrifices yourself at the end step. At least it's not as prevalent as it used to be. When Luris was around, it was obnoxious. Just dress down looping or locking people.
Bobble. I'm gonna crack a target.
The Mishra's Bobble.
Okay.
Bobble and Chris.
What are you at? Are you at 17?
16, yeah. No, 15. Going to
Alright, there's an Unholy Heat, targeting with Dryad. Does have Delirium, kills it.
another bobble. So pass to you, so on your upkeep,
Okay, it's going to draw an upkeep for the Bobble.
and then I'm gonna crack Mishra's bobble on your draw. So, or after you like.
My draw step.
Nick's going to crack the Bobble to see Chris's next card, not the card he draws for a turn because he already knows it.
And you're good to go.
Four cards in hand?
Chris is like, man, it's in such a weird spot right now.
Boros Garrison, I'll bounce back.
Plays the Boris Garrison, picks up the Cavern. Luckily for Chris, Nick doesn't have a board state. He just has 3 lands in play. Draw for Bobble, draw for turn.
Okay, so 14. And I'm going to pass iteration. And go bottom, exile and shock in a water grave.
Right, there's a Water Grave. Shocks out 12.
I'll pass.
Passes a turn. We have 5 minutes left in the video. Yeah, plays Cavern, aiming something. I think at this point, it depends on what he has in hand, right? Like, if he has Dryad, he names Dryad. But he probably just safe name Giant.
Take command, artifact
3-mana Kulgit's Command, Shadow Discard.
Bit of a tight.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I just described the actual like mythology.
Plays out a 2/2 Shadow.
So you're at 12 now?
11, yeah.
Currently a small boy.
So that's a 2-2. I'll draw for turn. That's pretty good. Wish I could have drawn that.
Has 4 mana available to him right now.
You just actually get
Casts a Summoner's Pact. What a wild time for if Shadow played Blood Moon.
Try it.
Yep.
I sideboard it only for Titan, for only after you packed.
Yeah, no, you get the turn, right? I can use the Emrakul before I get my extra.
And I'm going to.
Things that don't happen, but theoretically could. Try to lose some grip coming out here. No dress down in response this time. Just able to play 2 lands here.
Going to do the ball game.
Plays Bog, makes Nick get rid of his graveyard.
Then I'm going to.
His Grove Chamber picks the Bog up.
I'll pass.
Oh, did he actually think that it's a straight up like mind slaver, like go back to me? No, I thought it was like I get my turn.
Your cavern is on giant.
Back to normal.
Pays for Pact. Interestingly. Could have just tapped the Cavern for green with Dryad's ability.
Triad?
Drowns to Dryad.
Maybe I should have migrated.
Sorry.
No.
Playing for 2. Sure.
And you wouldn't have to trade your Emrakul.
I'll pass.
Hexen for 2.
I'm gonna pay for my pact and my upkeep like a smart Magic player, and hopefully you won't make me lose now. And I'm going to bog myself in pass.
Yeah, that was not a fun time.
Dude.
I played that standard like I built the deck. This is awful. Power play. Either I just missed
I think my comment about paying for the Pact weirdly came up a little too early.
Oh no? This
I thought we'd already gone through the turn cycle.
You're at 7.
Now it makes sense.
yeah, 7.
Classic form.
Alright. So either make me look very smart or very not smart.
Yeah, it doesn't really come in any other forms.
Thoughts ECO.
Right. Thoughtseize. Cultivator Colossus, Primeval Titan. To take the Titan.
This costs 7, that costs 6, so I'll take Titan.
4, 5, 6, 7. Because Chris has to like draw a land and just go no, because he can't even do that unless the Cavern's on Beast. He doesn't have enough green sources because he can't activate Garenberg for 6 green right now because he's missing a green for that.
I'm gonna float a red. Down to 4. And I'm gonna go combat. I'm gonna attack you.
Goes down to 4, attacks in for 9.
Pass.
I'll play this forest.
Plays a forest.
I'm going to make 6 green. Here's my 7th green, and here's my cultivator colossus.
Just off.
Plays a cultivator and immediately gets hit with a dress down.
Go ahead. And I'm dead.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, GG's, man.
And yep, Nick is going to take it 2-1 with Grixis Death Shadow over Amulet Titan. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day.
I couldn't get the